Hello dear viewer, I'm LeeSuss and welcome to Teardown. Now this is not a full LP, this is just a game I've been playing and I've been going through and I'm gonna do one of the levels that's in here. Hello dear viewer, I'm LeeSuss and welcome to Teardown. Now I'm not going to be doing a full LP on this game, I'm just having a bit of fun on here as well, and I suddenly thought I'm replaying one of the levels. It's a challenge level. I've completed the level, but I haven't completed all the possible. I haven't hit every success point or every achievement on the level. So I thought I'd replay it and record it and then give you a bit of an entertainment as far as that goes. What is Teardown, if you're not aware? Well, it's a few years old now, this game, but it is it's a physics game where essentially you start as a demolition company, a failing demolition company, and because of that, are desperate for cash and happen to fall into crime. And every campaign mission through from here relates to some sort of terrible crime that you are doing, some worse than others. So we'll pick one out from here. I think it's Gordon Wu. Yeah, Gordon has some insurance on his very fancy cars and wants them to be stolen. To get some money back from the insurance. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to go and do that. But you can see the problem here. I've only achieved 4 of the 6 possible targets that are in here. So we're going to replay this mission doing that. The targets we're talking about here are cars. So what we want to do is we want to grab the cars, not that piece of crap over there, but fancy cars, and we're going to load them into here. And then we're going to abscond with them. The problem is, though, actually, give me 1 second. I'll be back in 1 moment. So I was just increasing some of my tools that I've got. You can see I'm carrying various tools, different things, fire extinguishers and sledgehammers and everything else. And some of them have got uses and more abilities, and I want to increase some of them to make things a little easier. Okay, so yes, steal cars, put them onto here. However, whoops, it's not as easy as that. Bosh. Here's a car. Run right here. This is one. So we look at the map here. This is one that we need to steal. But the problem lies in this little doodah thingy here. Yes, if we look on here, fire alarm, try to set any fires, wired alarm boxes. Breaking an alarm box or wire triggers the alarm. Okay, so if this wire breaks, the alarm will go off. We'll have 60 seconds to finish the mission or we fail. Now, there's various things you can do with some of these. These ones, you can't, by the way, for example, just cut through here. I know how your brain thinks, viewer. You can't just cut through there and hope that that's going to, solve the problem. No. When they're fully wired in like this, the only answer you've got is to manipulate the environment as best you can, so that the alarm goes off. You get enough time to steal the car or whatever else you're doing without problems. Okay, there's not much we can do with this one. So obviously, we need to get this vehicle out there onto the truck as quickly and as efficiently as possible. Part of the problem with these cars is they're terrible. Well, they're fast, but they are very, very easily broken. So if I just grab this now, we can do a quick demonstration. I can go, okay, I'm going to steal it now, right? Here we go. First of all, we can crash through walls and things. I'm doing massive damage to my car. There's the counter going, okay? We can do that. But I won't have time to get all the other cars that are in the territory. So I could just do that for now. Or I could say that I'm going to have problems if I do that. And I can make things a little easier and a little faster. Seconds make a difference in this game. So, for example, I can do things like, if I clear this out a bit more with something heavy, I could put a bomb down maybe and blow a hole in the wall to clear this out a bit more easily. I could cut through the steel here with a blowtorch. But there are better and cruder ways of doing this. So I would like to be able to open this up a bit more so I can get this car through to there as quickly as possible when I want to. So this would certainly help with me getting a bit more through building access. There are various diggers and other things and other construction vehicles lying around most work sites, most job sites around here, and I do enjoy them. I do enjoy how much you can do with some of these diggers. You can't do as much as possible. Again, you can't move all the shovel completely as much as you want to, and you can't, for example, spin the top piece separate of the bottom, and you can't do things like these operate. A lot of them look like tracks. They operate like wheels. We haven't quite got spin on the spot tracks, but it's still pretty useful. And these are some of the best ways of like clearing more space as you want to. Although I do have to be careful that I don't make things worse for myself. For example, by leaving too much debris on the floor, which could cause more trouble for this sad little sports car over here. There we go. But now we can. I think you can imagine we can get through here a bit more easily. Can I smash you? How can I just break through you? Let's have a look. There we go. Get you out of the way. And we cut through there as well. And in fact, we can maybe even do a bit more by... Got various tools. These aren't all available at the start, but I've got them now. We can build a plank across to here. Not quite all the way across. These planks aren't getting any longer than this. Oh, what did you go over there for? What's that about? Why are you being weird, plank? What's up with you, buddy? I will just smash you if I need to. That's very strange. It's not going to help at all. Yeah, we could do a little ramp type business from here. Maybe. To make it a little bit easier. To get across to here. Like that. Is that going to help? It might do. It might not. I don't know. With some of these things you just don't know, do you really? There we go. Might make it a little bit easier to zoom across here. That probably won't even line up properly. We probably need another one, really. How about if we do one from here? I don't mind wasting some. I've not got many planks I'm going to use for this level, I don't think. There we go. And we can hopefully zoom across there a bit more easily to get into the thing. Okay. Number 1 done. Quick save. Do a quick save from there. While we're here, though, we're going to get this car over here as well, which also needs some assistance from our big yellow friend over there. Look at this useless caddy. Get out of it. Right, okay. And you can F off as well. Go on. Bugger off. Surprisingly strong. I'm going to. Yeah. Let's get a gun down. We need to cut these cables. Don't cut the wire. Right. Okay, unfortunately, Cadillac, terrible bloody vehicle, whether it's pink or not, and it is going to be a problem later, but for now we'll just try to make a route through here, and quick, as easy as possible. Don't hit the caddy. You can see the vehicle condition down the bottom there, but also you can get damage to particular locations on the vehicle. So for example, I'm using the digger a lot to break through things here, yeah. That arm is going to get more and more chipped away, and at some point he's going to be bloody useless. Bosh! There we go. Tip the stuff out. Now this stuff all over the floor, because the caddy is a useless vehicle. We could try to scrape some of this away, but I doubt it's going to work very well. Let's have a try. Hold on. Let's try and use this shovel for what it's supposed to be used for. Hold on. We'll try to pull back some of this stuff. Is that going to work? Not really. Okay, fine. Right, don't go anywhere, digger. We're going to have more use for you in a bit. Right. But I'm hoping... Oh, Christ, this won't be too bad for me to get across here. Right, let's see if this is going to work as a dry run. Ah! Okay, yeah, that's more seconds that I want to use to do that, but let's do that in a minute. what caused the problem. Something over here. Yeah, if you want to faff around, you can really like clear out some of this grass and stuff by scraping it away with a digger or some sort, but I think this will do us. Okay, so there you go. There's 2 classic cases. We've got 6 vehicles to get, and we've got 2 of them lined up to get in there, hopefully fairly quickly. Right, let's do another one. Let's do one that's a little bit different from that. This is quite common, by the way. Have things wired up like this, whether it's safes or something else, is quite common in the game. You've got to steal all these things, but they're all wired up. What's the shortest route you can make between 2 things as far as that goes? Now, this one over here has got an extra problem, which is that the idiot, Mr. Lee, being an idiot, has managed to break this car, and even in this condition, it's probably worth a bit of money. So he needs to get this thing out of here. But how are we going to get out there? It's wired into this Jenny here, which is also a security wire. How are we going to get it out of here? We could try and drag it, but this car will fall apart really. So we try to grab it with a digger, it would fall apart really easily. But we do have a solution over here. Beautiful flatbed. Okay, let's see if I can keep it beautiful by not smashing it. Drop the back. Hopefully we're just having front wheels on it. It'll still be enough that I can drive this thing up onto it. But we can't put too much tension on... Oh, Christ. See what I mean about fragile? We can't put too much tension on the alarm wire. Right, hopefully that'll be enough. Right, first of all, we don't need this bloody thing here for a start. Go on, get out of it. Right, okay, so we'll drag this thing a little bit further forward. Again, amazing muscles from our character there. Can we get this thing... It's not quite binding. It's still a bit of faffing around with the... Come on, you're not going to behave? Oh, hold on. A little bit of traction. Okay, let's not go too far. Don't fall off. Fun. Shenanigans and fun. Right, where do we want to put the Jenny? Do we want to put it on the front or the back? Although, you know what? I might be able to tie it on. We do have cables. They're stretchy, unlike... We can use the plank to attach it onto here, maybe. We want a rigid thing or not. I think we'll just try with a cable for now. There you go. Stretchy cable. They're quite tough. And then what I think we could just... We haven't actually got... Despite there's a fact there's a tow hitch on it. There is no... We can't tow this behind the flatbed, sadly. But we can still possibly tow it. What we could do... is this. This might work, it might not. We'll throw down a quick save. I've only got one of those as far... You might have saves. I've not even looked at that. Generally I rely on quick saves. Right, I won't be able to get this around. Because I can't really reverse very easily. I can do a little reverse maybe. I don't want to break the wire by driving back into it. How about you, bushes? How are we looking? As long as you take it easy, we should be alright. Now, sometimes in some of these levels, you can get away with, like, fulfilling a task early. And sometimes you can't. So, for example, there's one where you have to throw the cars in the drink, in the water. And one of these you can do, even though it's like wired up, you can still drop it in the water. It doesn't break the wire. However, this is not the case for this one. So if I drive this car into here, it will vanish off the back of the flatbed. It's been handed in, but that will also break the wire to this, and the alarm will go off. So we're just lining more things up. So we've now got 3 cars lined up to go into here, hopefully as quick as possible. So the only travel time I've got is running between the different vehicles to then grab them and send them into the goal. Okay? Right, let's go and find another car. Oh, what was that? Oh, that was lucky. I didn't actually mean to do that. There are valuables lying around in these in all the levels from there. What is the one we saw? Gordon's lost passport. Oh my god. I would never have found that. I've been through some of these areas before, and some of the treasures persist and some of them don't. But finding things is a great way to buy new equipment and stuff like that. That wasn't very efficient, was it, me? So if you can do a bit of 5-finger discount as you go through, it's very helpful. But there's probably not so many in here anymore, I wouldn't have thought. Anything in here? Nothing in the fridge? No. We'll just leave that fridge open to freeze to defrost. Let's go up in the fancy lift. Right, where's this car? So when I previously played this and got a partial win, one of the cars that caused me a problem was this one here, which is widening over this side. What I did before was I drove all the way through the middle of here, yeah, all down this corridor, and then smashed through the wall to land over here, yeah, but it just took me too long for some of these things. So there's a better way of doing it, I think, which is you got to look for like the ways you can play city buggers in a lot of these levels to actually have a chance to win. And we'll just move an entire pool table over here. We can probably take this with us without breaking the cable if I get it right. If I get it right, or I could just drag it down. If I drag it down the corridor, I don't think it will work. Come on, I know I can lift this. I've messed around with this thing before. An entire server. Yes! There we go. Work those muscles. Right, okay. Well, don't drop it on me. No. There we go. Right, okay. Now, let's just test the planks. Can the planks work on this? Can I attach a plank to this? Is that rigid? Because the cables aren't rigid. I haven't messed around with the planks as much as I could do. Okay, okay, okay. No one expected. Oh my god! Oh, I think I've killed myself. Hold on. Okay, I'm okay now. Oh god! Oh god! If that had gone the other way. Okay. Enjoyed myself far too much on this one. Right. Let's try that again. Can I go this way? Can I? I don't think this is going to work. Hold on. Ugh. Right, the handbrake can do a lot of work. we got the TV cable hanging off. The handbrake can do a lot of work on this. There is momentum, so I'm not accelerating anymore. Yeah, the car's nearly busted though. But I slammed the handbrake off as I land on the ground. Doesn't matter how battered the vehicle is. Doesn't make any difference to your score. Huh? Oh, no, slow down, me. Come on, don't rush. There's no need to rush. We just go down here. Right, okay. Go around the roundabout. Cool, you know you're rich when you got your own personal roundabout. Right, around we go. So we'll line this up over here. Hold on. So what's that? 4 vehicles lined up now. 4 out of 6. That was a success. I can't get out the vehicle. Oh, we're out. We're free. We're free. 4 like that. I'll do this one last because this will persist in the way. So yeah, it'll get in the way of the others driving into the circle, I think. Right, which vehicle we've got? Oh, okay, we've got a fun one next. Right, yeah. So over here, someone's got a helipad, for pity's sake, and they've flown in that garbage muscle car over there. Handbrake. To, and I should be able to just take the thing away as it is. We'll get this white van out of the way. Over here, white van. I might have a job for you in a minute. I can't imagine why they've got so much glass things replacing. You revisit these levels many times, by the way. So you're constantly smashing up the same levels. Which is why they're constantly, I guess, they're constantly having to replace glass. Right, now what we need is this big digger. And if you can see, the car is strapped onto a transport hub or whatever. What do you want to call it? Like a big plate. It's loaded onto a big plate for for being dropped off by the helicopter. I didn't mean to do that. Oh god. Okay, this has gone badly wrong. This is why you quick save. Right. Okay. How bad is the digger? I think it's okay. I thought the digger was broken, but I think it's just one of the steel plates over here. One of these, like the things that there's probably a technical term for them. The things that the helicopter was joined to. Yeah, there we go. We're hooked on there, right? Okay, so we should be able to tow this whole thing out of here again through the power of cables. Now, as we learnt last time, I got a bit of stretch to them. See, the planks are good, but they're not very strong. So that should do it. But this thing will probably get hooked up on the bushes. Let's first of all try to get this thing off of here. So yeah, one thing we don't have to worry about at least is the because the car is clamped onto this plate, there's less of a problem, less likely a problem with the car falling off the plate. Maybe I tried to do too much here. Hold on. Oh god. How are you stuck already? Little vehicle like that. I think you're much better at that. I just want to clear these hedges up a little bit. To make it a bit easier for the massive shovel to get across. Again, you can't assume that these things are... Although I can just smash through a building with some of these vehicles, you can't assume they aren't going to get hooked up on a bush. Right, that'll probably do for now. We'll progress. We've got to drag this all the way around the front of the house. So let's see how we get on. That isn't a good start. That is not a good start at all. We're hooked up somewhere up here. What's it hooked up on? God damn it. Besides, the physics just doesn't work very well for you. Oh, there, look. That piece there. I can't really use a bomb on that. I might be able to use a gun on it. It's too tough for this, yeah. I might be able to cut it through with the... We'll try the blowtorch. Oh, that might be enough. I've just jammed it on. I think I just jammed it on a different location. Or we might be use a temporary cable to get it off. Oh, this is a problem. Trouble is, every time you play it, it plays a bit differently. We'll try a gun. That might be loose now. Gun will break small pieces. Shotgun does bigger pieces, obviously. Right, this is going to go flying backwards when I release the tension on this, but I think I need to. Or you'll just get hooked up again. There we go. Yeah, every time we play it's a little bit different. So I've done this once before. And it works both more smooth... Careful of the car! More smoothly and worse than this time. So I want to... Can I navigate through that gap over there? I might be able to. Not a great turning circle on this. Okay, can we use this terrible family saloon? Immediately bogged down. Oh, come on. I mean, to be fair, that is pretty much what would happen. If you tried to drive your car like that. It's alright, I've got it there. Ridiculous. Right. Keep going. We're doing fine. Don't worry about it, viewer. This is all working to plan. Honest. Right, big rocks in the way. Oh, come on. Really? My arch nemesis, the bush. Yeah. Car's looking a bit wobbly on the back of that. Oh no! Okay. That's a problem. Can I use your big brother? Is this a reload from a save? I took it too wide on that turn there. I mean, we could make it work, but it's going to add to my travel time if I have to. If I have to drive that car off of the ramp where it is now, like in reverse onto the exit. And again, it's a muscle car. Garbage control. Absolutely terrible. Come on then. Oh no! Why? 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 Is it just this? Is it this bloody thing here that's making us fall over? Or is it the twist on the... It might be the twist on the cable, actually, on the thing I'm trying to lug. We'll try and drag that around ourselves in a minute. Hold on. The complications. This might be a point where I have to I should reload from earlier. Or, you know what? I've not got many shots left. Let's just... If we do this, is that going to help? We can always reattach the cables, can't we, yeah? I mean, the game's kind of fun, but it's also can be a right pain in the bum as well. Right, what we want to do now is... This is where I'm not sure if I want to do a whole... Some levels like really a pain in my backside. Right, do I want to do this as a Let's Play? Possibly not. I don't know. I want an easier time. Right, okay, so we can easily reverse that back, can't we? Into... Oh, you've done a fine job, Digger. There we go. Okay. 3 cars, 2 over there, the last one to get, which might be the trickiest one. Why is it the trickiest? Well... Bong. Okay. So we've got to drive it all the way up here. Up here. Yeah, across. I didn't know I could drag the map like that, actually. That makes things a lot easier. All the way up here. There's no real... There's no... Is that faster? So this is a big pain in the backside getting up here. Yeah, the big jump. If you go really fast up here, you hit this as a jump and you end up in this building because of the floaty physics, which is not necessarily a bad thing because it's a... Sometimes you want to be up in this building to do other things. But in fact, now I'm thinking about it... Let's demonstrate the spray can, by the way, while we're here. It's good for marking out where your route you're going to go. What if we instead go over here? It's probably... It's not that much of a longer route, possibly. And what if we drive all the way over here? We go through here... and up the ramp. Is that essentially faster than having to slow down for various bits and pieces over there? It might be, you know. So let's use the old faithful here. Make the shortest line possible, remember, yeah? You can't, by the way, in case you wonder, you can't break through, like, that big piece of ground next to us. That's just not possible. Right, okay. Quick save. Here we go. We're going to do a dry run. Well, it might be the successful run. Okay, there goes the timer. Okay, we're a little wide over here. I could redo that by driving better, but also taking a tighter turn. Okay, let's do a quick load. So if I do a... I don't know how this thing handles. If I do an earlier turn... Still wide. It's still slippy. Okay. The point is, it's still... Am I now in the way with that thing? Possibly. Oh, I made a mistake. I also forgot that the vehicle delivered by through the helipad is still bolted onto, is still cabled onto this. Give me a second. Let's have a little look. I can't see where all the cables are. There's one there. Don't give it a flat. Okay, there's one there. I often wonder about other clever things you could do. Like, for example, you've seen how the cables have tension on them. I'm wondering about things you could do, such as what if you tied a cable between this and this? Yeah? And have to pull the vehicle backwards. And then you maintain the tension on the front. You maintain the tension on the front with another cable or something else. And as you ran past, you shot it with the gun, shot the cable with the gun, and that would make this thing fly backwards into the loop. Yeah, it makes you wonder what you can do with some of those things. I've tried it with bombs to blow things backwards. Doesn't really quite work. But, yeah, makes me wonder. Anyway, quick save from here. So I need to do... Actually a bit of a problem, you know, because the vehicle coming up here, it's a bit of a tight turn. I don't want tight turns. I want an easy route to get from drive up here and get into there, but I haven't really got one. So tough, I guess. I have to rethink my planning. I've also got another problem here as well, which is that the travel time to get, the run time to get, say that I've just put one of these vehicles into here, the run time to get back over here and get to this car is still a significant thing. It's multiple seconds. And by having even a crappy little car like that to get us back over here might be a good idea. This thing's been a real pain in my butt. So I've managed to drag it backwards slightly, the whole frame backwards slightly, using the wonderful cable, the thing that solves everything. And now we should be able to drive the car. It's kind of stuck on this platform here. I can drive it just far enough back to register. Just in time. There we go. I shouldn't have put that big bloody lorry in the way, because I really nearly killed myself there as far as that goes. But with a serious explosion, as long as you don't kill yourself entirely, health regenerates over time. So we're okay with that. Yeah, here we go. Bouncing around like a maniac. The original car's not there anymore, so you can't see what's going on. But yeah. Very, very happy with that. Very happy indeed. Apart from this stupid nonsense, I should have probably found a better way of doing this. Possibly I could have done something where I'd like been really clever and suspended myself. Suspended the flatbed so that the car would roll off by cutting a cable or something like that. I don't know. Something could have been more efficient there than leaving that great big lorry in the way. But there we go. We did it anyway. We had 1.7 seconds left to spare. Doesn't really matter, does it really? As long as you get it done. There we go. So there you go. that was me playing Teardown. I might do some more of these in the future as part of randoms. Otherwise, I don't know. Let me know. Let me know if you enjoy it or not. As I say, I don't think I want to do a full let's play of this, but because I don't enjoy all the levels quite so much, but some of them are a lot of fun. Especially I'm pushing myself a little bit further for getting all the achievements. Anyway, thanks for watching. Take care of yourself, and I'll see you again next time.